Oh, for he is a jolly good fellow. All right, we sound good. All right, buckle up, boys. We got the classic today. Yeah, you're not allowed to take off work because your mother's on her deathbed. Why would we do that? We need money around here. Anyways, this one was sent in on Instagram from my main channel. If you're new here, welcome. We just might learn something today and maybe have some fun. It was like such a serious thing. Anyways, this dude goes, Jack, been watching you since 17,000 subs. Oh, I appreciate that, man. Closing in on 100K. Appreciate all you guys. He goes, I'm 49, a general manager at a Ford dealership or at a dealership in Florida. Make good money and have always lived below my means. My mom, who lives 1,500 miles away, has been diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. That's terrible. Sorry about that. It goes, no cure, no treatment, less than a year to live. He goes, my bosses at work are giving me very hard time about taking off. Wait, if you're the general manager, okay, all right. I could understand if you were just like, someone like me, just a mere peasant. All right, anyways, he goes, he used up all of his vacation time and PTO already. You know what they're probably saying to him? Well, you shouldn't have used up all your vacation and PTO, dude, okay? You don't have dead mother time off. What were you thinking, Rick? I'm just kidding, his name's not Rick. He goes, her birthday is at the end of the month. Granted, he has 2 days to visit. He goes, he's only been at this role for 9 months. He goes, I am seriously considering going up there to visit my mom and stay for a few weeks and lose my job. But I will have a lifetime of regret if I do not spend this final time with my mother. Any thoughts on this situation? Okay. 1, good fucking God. Like, what society do we live in? Just let's get that out of the way. All right. 2, as somebody whose mother has passed away, my mom passed away about 4 years ago, a little over 4 years ago. I'm 34. So at the ripe age of 30, my dad had full-blown dementia, and my mother just out of nowhere, like that. You're dead. I know. I said the same thing. And I don't feel bad for myself. I had a great life. My parents were awesome. But I will say one thing. From 24 years old to the age of 29, I lived in California. I moved from my hometown in Florida. I'm back in Florida. And I went to California to skateboard and do stand-up comedy. And party a lot. Comes with the territory. Great time. But I'm saying this to say this. That 5 years I was gone, I had no idea that my mom was going to... Luckily, I moved back. I had a year with her. I was right next door to her. She ended up losing her job. Shit got serious. And I ended up moving in with her to help pay the bills. So we got to spend like a nice year together as a family. But I'm just saying, though, that had I known, when you're 30, when you're 24, you don't think your mom's going to die in the next 5 years. You get what I'm saying? Even though I had older parents, my mom was 64 when she died. I mean, my grandparents all died when they're like 90. So you think, in other words, we think we have forever. Or at least I used to think I have forever. Now I just live in the moment. And I know the probability of me living a long time is high because all the men in my family are just, I don't know what the problem is, but we just live forever. They all live till they're like 100. Degenerates and everything. Just lived forever. So I need to make a lot of money because I'm going to be old. But at the same time, I don't know. In other words, if you're in a situation like this, how important is your career? All right? Because we've been kind of brainwashed into thinking that family is actually kind of secondary when really it should be first. No one cares about your career. The best saying I ever heard was, do you know what my grandfather did for work? Because I sure as hell don't. No one cares what you ever did for work. And we live in a society where it's like kids, at least in America, kids move out at 18 or, well, now it's like more like 25 or 30. And a lot of people just move. They move across the country. I want to go explore. I want to do this. I want to do that. And I recommend you do that. Go ahead. You know, but you could also explore the world without leaving, where your family is. And unfortunately, a lot of us, including myself, I had no idea. I had no fucking clue. Even though my game plan was to come back to Florida, my game plan was to move to Cali, move back by 30. That was my game plan. Because to me, that's all I had. I don't have brothers and sisters. I only had my mom and my dad. And luckily, the best friends in the world that a guy can ask for, who are basically my brothers. It's just crazy to think, though, that you could tell. We'll end on this note. This is how fucked up it is. Not only do we have to work 7 days a week, or maybe you're fortunate enough to have the weekends off, but now we can't even take time off because then we won't make enough money to put a roof over our heads. For what? For fucking what? Anyways, that was depressing. My answer is fuck your job. If you have enough money, fuck them, dude. You'll get another job, or you won't. Stay with your mom. Fuck it. Who cares? At this point, who gives a shit? I'm not saying don't be responsible, but it's safe to say this guy is 49 years old. He's probably got some fucking money saved. I'm assuming he does. If he's a general manager at a dealership, he's probably doing all right. So, you know what? Respectfully tell your job, fuck you. I'm going to go over to the woman that raised me and gave me life and made me the man I am today. That's what I would do. Honestly, quite frankly, I'm tired of it. I really am. And I'm going to quit bitching. Anyways, if you want to be featured on the channel, hit me up on Instagram. Check out my main channel, or don't. It's all good. If you don't mind me, I'm going to go back to work just every day. No big deal.